For Panthers Fans Only is a sports podcast intended for mature audiences and contains profanity as well as extremely spirited conversation. What you see and hear are the sole opinions and depictions of each individual, not at all inclusive of the entire cast or any guests associated with our show. Thanks for tuning in, and always remember to stand on business.
You know I had to hit two different buttons, bro.
Trauma time. I know.
Honestly, we just randomly played this song to open, but it has some significance. I'm not gonna hold. This team is not what we thought they were. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it wasn't random. It was very intentional.
Excuse the profanity. It's just the art form that we are attracted to.
You a fuck nigga and it ain't a secret. I'm so official, they can referee.
Welcome to For Panthers Fans Only.
At Deontay Johnson.
A lot to get through, short amount of time to do it. So it's going to be a little bit shorter, more concise than what you guys are used to. Sometimes we get drawn out. But a lot to get through. Because 2 days in a row, fully padded today too.
53 grams and try to make a 4-4. That's a couple ounces if I get it right. Wanna see my homies rich, cause
it's a significant amount of work to be done. Because when September 8th rolls around, or whatever the first day is, week 1, if this is the team that rolls out, y'all thought last year was bad.
You say you will, just know that I know. Them streets
might be doubling the win total, maybe. Barring injury. If y'all don't know, XL went out today with a lower body injury. Something that a lot of y'all were very, very skeptical about when we drafted him, based on his size. OTAs, hamstring. Then we got gassed up because he was on the treadmill with Debo and them. Today, just dropped off. Nobody knew where he was. Dave Canales confirmed lower body injury. Didn't want to speak to the significance, but I mean, I would presume that he's going to be shut down for the remainder of the week. Things just don't look good right now. I'm going to tell y'all, I'm going to be honest. And I'm going to let my producer, my co-host, they both got a lot to get off their chest. The car ride today from practice was damn near silent. Literally.
I know. You ain't that nigga you say you will. Just know that I know. Them streets, they fuck with me strong. And them bitches gon' fall just because money long. You know that I know.
Gentlemen. First things first. Welcome to For Panthers Fans Only. I'm your host, JJ.
I'm your co-host, Terrence.
I'm your producer, XAVIER.
If you don't already, make sure to tap in with us on socials at For Panthers Fans Only on Instagram and TikTok. On X, find us at FPFO_podcast. YouTube, if you're watching on YouTube currently, thank you so much for being here. You can find us on YouTube at the G2S Network. If you're watching on DSPs, listening on DSPs, thank you again so much for being here. For Panthers Fans Only on Google. For Panthers Fans Only on Spotify, Apple, iHeart, everything you can think of. Search For Panthers Fans Only in your search generator. And it'll bring you right to us. If you're here already, thank you so much for being here. If you're here from Move to Change with me, we will be back to our training camp regular scheduled programming, I guess you could say, tomorrow. The guys did stay for a little while longer. Today, we wanted to get an episode to you all. So we're going to try and do our best again to stay concise with our time and let you guys know what was going on today at practice, man. This is the official day 8 of Carolina Panthers training camp recap. And I would be lying to you guys if I told you that we had really any good news. So probably last Tuesday, maybe. No, when did camp start? Last Wednesday. What is today? Sunday.
Yes. This is day 8 of camp. So
this is day 8 of camp. So maybe like a week and a half ago, whatever the case is. Shaq Thompson, and this is just an update. Shaq Thompson was out of practice, and according to Dave Canales, it was because of illness. Now, this was 5 or 6 practices ago. Shaq Thompson has yet to be back on the field. Okay? Jadeveon Clowney had a vet day today. And then, of course, like we mentioned, the big news out of the day from an injury standpoint, XAVIER Legette, he was started practice well, was winning his one-on-one matchups. It seemed like he was set for a breakout day. And full transparency to me, he looked the best that he had been looking up until this point at camp. He goes down. We have no idea what happened at all. Nobody around us has any idea what happened. It seems like Dave Canales has no idea what happened based on his post-practice presser. No idea what happened on that front. Who else?
Anthony Brown worked out today.
Yeah.
Got his conditioning in.
Yep, Anthony Brown was out there today. Now, they went full pad, so he was not a participant in camp. However, like Terrence mentioned, he was all to the side, getting his individual work. And I'm not going to lie, just based on what we told y'all yesterday, we need him. We need him. No matter what he provides, good or bad, we need him. We need all the help that we can get. All the help we can get.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, that was wild. I ain't gonna lie. That's wild. Yeah, I mean, I'll give y'all time. That was OD. That was OD. I'm not gonna hold you.
You've been messing up on a lot of words lately. But it ain't
why
got
is
to that point.
Yeah, why is that the? I can't rationalize in my head
I mean,
where that came from.
I don't have an explanation for you. Like I said, I'll let y'all get off whatever y'all want to get off of that one. Because if y'all had that mistake, that would be, oh my God, it might be life altering for y'all. But yeah, bro,
And you mentioned Jadeveon not suiting up today.
Jadeveon, I believe it was a vet day. I don't think that was an injury. But in full transparency, it really didn't matter that Jadeveon wasn't out there.
Actually.
It did not matter that Jadeveon Clowney wasn't out there. I guess I will. We can just go around the room.
I just want to say this: if you didn't know any better, if you didn't know that we signed new pieces on the offensive line, move players around, you would think that this was the same as that offensive line from last year. I'll just be honest, based on what I seen today. I seen the highest paid guard in the league sitting in my quarterback's lap on multiple plays, and that carried over from yesterday. I seen him get blown up a couple times. I mean, Austin Corbett, my God. You wouldn't even think that he ever played a down the center in his life. I seen so many. He
hasn't.
I mean, well, I don't understand how he has that job then, because I seen so many snaps in the dirt. Quarterback has to pick the ball up off the ground and then throw the pass.
Can I stop you just real quick and come right back to you just because I want to expound on that?
Yeah.
This has been a reoccurring thing. And unfortunately, I haven't done my job to you guys, and I apologize for that. But every single day that I've been at camp, every single day, there have been multiple bad snaps from Austin Corbett in particular. Every single day. Team today started off with a fumbled snap, with a ground ball to Bryce Young, like he's playing shortstop. It's a problem. It's an issue already. Continue.
And I know that all of us were very vocal last year when it was like, or even in the offseason, get Bryce weapons, revamp the offensive line. We should see a lot of things look different regarding the offense. Unfortunately, it doesn't. Nothing really looks different, honestly, when it comes to the point of, just how the offense is moving, the way they move down the field, the amount of yards they get per drive, where the runs are going. Nothing really looks different. It's just a bunch of different players with different names on the back of their jerseys. But in transparency, it's the same exact team, in my opinion. We went 2-15 last year. I left today thinking I could see 4. I could see 4 games. And that's just being completely honest. And I mean, you have Dave Canales chalking it up to the defense, but I'm just not buying it. I'll be honest. I'm just not buying it. I think a lot of the things that were happening today were mental mistakes, half-assing, just no effort in regards to being competitive on the football field. Like, it just looked very bad. And so, yeah, I mean, it was just an all-around shit show today.
And I will say, practice started with a lot more energy today.
It did.
I mean, that was one of the points that I made. We were sitting with Dunk. All of us were together. And I said, I mean, I will go ahead and say that it feels a lot better today than it did yesterday. But then quickly, that decimated. Quickly.
And I think that's just because they had pads on.
Yeah, and that's exactly what you said when I made the comment. I think it's just because they had pads on. I don't know if I necessarily disagree with you. Because the energy was there initially, and slowly but surely, I mean, it got to a point, it got so bad, and I don't know if this was scripted. I don't know if this was already, on the coaching staff's mind to do. But from a observer's perspective, it got so bad at one point or another that this was probably about 30 to 45 minutes into practice. The coaches blew the horn, and everybody came in to the center of the field. Like, that's not something that I've seen in the 8 days that I've been at camp. So I don't know. I don't know what it was all about, but I would have to say it was because of a lack of effort. Because Dunk made the comment that, usually they do that if too many people are hitting the ground, if some, things are a little chippy, trying to get the guys back on the wraps. None of that was occurring today. None of those things were occurring at all today.
And I'll say, one thing that I commend about Dave Canales, what he did today, the offense looked so bad. They ran so many team drills until they actually scored. It was almost like this offense cannot leave the field until I see something that looks remotely close to being NFL caliber offense. Like, and they continue to go until that happened towards the back end of the practice.
An hour and 20 minutes into practice.
Yeah.
The first touchdown was scored an hour and 20 minutes into practice.
That just gives you a grand scheme of how the practice looked.
I know you have a couple of things that you want to say. Would you like to just try and keep it PG-13? Because you're the one that be setting us off. I've noticed that off of my analytical research. Yeah. Well, take your time.
I don't even
tell
know
the pastors when they get to preaching. Take your time.
That's exactly what's about to happen.
Yeah, you have the ISO. Just bear with us. I know y'all can't see him, but
yeah, I don't even know truly where to begin. I mean, the fact that the coach had to stop practice like 20 minutes in to tell guys to pick up the energy level, or like to match energy level, because even in his post-practice presser, Canales mentioned that he had to get everybody on the same page as far as energy and getting guys to match energy. So that just goes ahead and tells me that everything that we've been telling y'all over the course of the last 2 days was completely and 100% true, in that the energy was lacking at practice, so much so to where the coach had to stop practice and tell them to pick up the energy. And I think it's kind of disheartening to watch, because we had a little side wager today going on at practice where we each picked a receiver, and we were watching them to see, who could get the most catches. So we each chose a receiver to watch diligently. And I think one thing that I come away with in particular from today's camp is Adam Thielen's still the best receiver on the team. And that's, that's not a slight at Adam Thielen, because he's a phenomenal receiver in the NFL. He has been for a long time. But he shouldn't be the number one option again, being that he's another year older. He's not the fastest guy. It's insane that you go out and you make a move for a guy like Deontay Johnson, who you expect to be the number one, and anytime the slightest thing doesn't go his way, he drops his shoulders, he drops his head, he starts like kind of throwing hissy fits on the field, like
throws
he's a
his
child.
hands up.
Like it's disgusting. Him and Bryce have no type of chemistry. They have miscommunication on like 3 out of every 4 throws. And then the only throws that they can seem to hit are like little 5-yard breaking in or out routes. Like, it's just nothing spectacular. Although they did hit on that big play the other day at practice, but that was one of the 4 that I was just referring to. The other 3 being misses. Like, Terrace Marshall same thing. Like, makes mistakes, walks. There's no sense of urgency. Like, it doesn't look like a guy battling for a spot. And then with X going down today, you know, it just puts more onus on the fact that there is a lack of talent in that wide receiver room right now. There's not even talent. There's a lack of heart in that wide receiver room. And it's very apparent, and it's terrifying. And then you have a center who just can't even put his hands on a guy who's 2 inches from his face. Somehow just misses a 330-pound defensive tackle cutting right across his face. It almost looked like he didn't even see him.
I'm pretty sure that was K Mays on that particular rep, but I don't know if I'm accurate.
It was K Mays and Chandler Zavala on one of the ones I seen.
Yeah,
and that's the one where he just slipped right by.
Yeah,
both
he
of them,
just went right by both.
They didn't even see him, which I don't understand how you miss a one tech D tackle going right in front of the center and the right guard. Like, it just doesn't make. Like, I know I never played offensive line, defensive line, but you just can't tell me I'm going to miss a 330-pound dude standing right in front of me.
I think it was a blown assignment because it looked like everybody was blocking down to the right. And the guard blocked down, the center blocked down. So initially the left guard would be there to pick him up, but I just don't know what happened there.
Just miscommunication.
Yeah.
It's just miscommunication, lack of attention to detail. You see it. It's rampant throughout this team. It's very disheartening, honestly. Like, there's a massive cultural problem with the Carolina Panthers right now.
I'd agree. And if you want the good from today was the fact that the defense looks solid. The defense looks okay. That front seven, I mean, I've harped on this all throughout training camp. That front seven is going to be okay for sure. Secondary, we told y'all all about them yesterday. Still a lot of work to be done and on that front. However, that front seven is going to be okay. That front seven is going to be solid. Jaden Crumedy made a couple of plays today.
He definitely flashed.
Yeah,
he
for
definitely
sure.
Flashed.
For sure. Absolutely. Caleb on Chason, I want to believe, had a sack today. DJ Johnson had a sack today. It was sacks all over the field. And the problem is, we're, as fans, we're looking for that excitement. We're looking for, again, first overall pick in the NFL draft last year. We're looking for the offense to show some significant growth. And unfortunately, that hasn't been the case. Today, what did we see? Run, sack, run, and then a couple of passes here and there.
Saw Terrace Marshall drop one.
Seen a lot of bad drops, multiple bad drops today.
Jonathan Mingo afraid to go up and get one in the 2-minute drill.
Yep.
You see the highest paid guard in the league getting abused by a rookie.
Yep.
I mean, it's not good.
It's not
good at all.
It's not good at all. And slowly, I mean, I feel like we were all kind of in good spirits at the beginning of practice. Just the way things started. We saw the full pads on. We saw a couple of good one-on-one reps. And then, I mean, you could just feel the energy in VIP specifically. I don't know how it felt in general admission. But in VIP, overall, you could feel the energy just leaving the building, bro. Just leaving the building. It's a feeling that I felt way too many times last season. Way too many times last season.
And we're not just, like, coming to y'all, like, trying to be negative about this team, but even if you're there, like, we're asking, like, Dunk asked the fan, like, what did you think about today's practice? He was like, meh.
Yeah.
Asked a couple other people, what did you think about today's practice?
Saw a few thumbs down.
Yeah, like, it was bad. Like, it doesn't look good. I don't know at this point. I don't know what this team has to do to get it together. I mean, part of it is effort. Like, you can see the receivers are not even, like, these routes that they're running, like, they're not even, like, good routes. Like, they don't sell anybody. Like, that out route Terrace Marshall ran, and he's supposed to go up, catch the ball at the highest point. He didn't even know the ball was there because he ran the route so soft. And so by the time he got his head turned around, like, the ball was already there, which an NFL caliber receiver still makes a play on that ball, catches that ball.
I mean, it hit him in the hands.
Yeah, with his size. But if he would have actually ran the route with some effort, like, that would have been an easy snag. But he ran the route so slow Like, got out of his break so lazy. When he hit the out, he got out of that so lazy. And it was just, like, piss poor effort. You got passes hitting guys in the helmet, like, not even getting their hands up. David Moore, a longtime vet in the league, the ball hits him in his helmet, wide open, in front of the fans, in front of everybody in the VIP section. Touchdown. Hits him in his head. Like, come on, bro.
Tracking the ball, that specific play was tracking the ball all the way through the air.
Yeah.
Like had a clear visual on the football.
I mean, yeah, it put it right on his visor.
Yeah, just piss poor. You have Jonathan Mingo. He did a great job in beating the corner. Nick Scott made a hell of a play as the safety over the top. Jonathan Mingo, he's still running the route as in the ball, like, which it would have fell right in his arms if the safety wasn't there. But you knowing that the safety is there, you just have to go up and make a play on the ball. Like, because playing against a safety like a Jesse Bates, a Micah Hyde, or somebody like that, they're going to pick that. And that's not going to be necessarily on the quarterback because you beat your man. So at this point, you're one-on-one with this safety. You have to go up and make a play on the ball. Like, you have to go up and make a play on the ball. And I know all the fair weather fans, if that would have got picked, Bryce slaughtered them, would have slandered them. But we have receivers not making plays on the ball. And Bryce didn't play good by any stretch of the imagination today. There was a lot of throws and one-on-ones that he missed. Like we said earlier, him and Deontay Johnson just not on the same page. It's like
had a terrible one to ISM as well.
Yeah, Bryce is throwing the ball one way. Deontay Johnson is cutting the whole other opposite way. And it's just like, bro, what is going on? And then he throws these little hissy fits. Like, it really pisses me off because he acts like a kid. Like, it's something that a toddler would do. It really pisses me off, and it just brings down the morale across the whole stadium, like the whole practice field. Like, just brings everything down because you're out there pouting. Like, I understand, be frustrated because stuff is not looking good. That's the time for you to be frustrated and holding guys accountable. But not you being frustrated because it's all about me. It's me. If I didn't catch the ball, it's me. That's why he's mad. Like, that really pisses me off.
And that's the second day in a row that's occurred. We saw it yesterday with Jack Plummer, and I guess it was with Bryce today, right?
Yeah.
So both quarterbacks that are active, Deontay Johnson just, wrote both of them off, for both respective days. We saw it yesterday when he was running on air, missed him, the ball didn't get there, out of the breaking time. I honestly don't even remember what occurred on that play overall as a whole. But I know that it was a timing thing, and I know that the pass wasn't complete, and he completely shut down yesterday. Same thing today with one-on-ones. Really didn't even really go crazy and beat the cornerback as bad as he thought, for real, because the cornerback was on his hip, but Bryce didn't deliver a good pass at all. But in that situation, that's not somebody – you don't tear down your second-year quarterback.
Well, not even that. Bryce throws it outside, and Johnson breaks inside.
So it's like they're not even on the same page.
You're absolutely right. That's what occurred on the play today. Yeah. That's exactly right. Because he, like you said, he was running like a little corner route, it seemed like, and Bryce threw it to the damn 9. So I really don't know. And just to kind of build off of what Terrence said, like, I feel like, unfortunately, like, we've been deemed this podcast that we just have negative energy, or, we just say stuff for clickbait, or, we're just here to tear the team down. That's simply not true, bro. It's just simply not the case. We're just realists. Like, we're just realists. And I give Tavian credit for this more so than us two, just because, like, he's not even really a Panthers fan for real, but he knows what time it is. Like, we just care so much. Like, we just care so much. Dunk said something last night. He was like, I had to get to a point where I just wasn't as emotionally invested in the Carolina Panthers because, like, my whole week would be dictated based off of what they did on Sunday afternoons. And unfortunately, for me personally, I haven't hit that maturation level yet. So, like, yeah, my mood is going to be dog shit when I have to sit through an hour and a half long practice and I see a lack of effort. I see bad throws being made. I see my quarterback not having time to take the deep shots that we've talked about, him having the lack of ability to throw, and or them just simply not being implemented. Guys throwing hissy fits. Yes, my mood and my tone is going to be a little off when I have to sit through 2 practices back-to-back that looked like a 1, 2, 3 at max 4-win football team. And it's going to sound like that.
And to expound on, like, what you're kind of talking about is we're trying to get y'all to understand that like this is a problem because the way that you practice is the way that you play. And they practice half speed, half ass. So when you go out there on a Sunday and you see them playing half ass football, we don't want y'all to be surprised because we've been telling y'all this for like months at this point. Really, it seems like. But even more so now that this is the team that we're going into the 24-25 season with. This is the effort level that they're displaying. This is what we're seeing with our own two eyes. It's just it's bad all around. Even in the 2-minute drill, right? This is a 2-minute drill. There's supposed to be sense of urgency. I see guys walking. I understand it's practice. I understand it's a drill. But if we're simulating game scenarios and game situations, I'm not going to be surprised if I see somebody moving slow on a 2-minute drill for the Carolina Panthers this year because I've already witnessed it. That's what they do in practice.
Yeah, and it would be different if this all boiled down to just a lack of talent. But in a lot of these situations, it's not even because of lack of talent. It's just a lack of effort. Like, you just don't want to do it. You just don't want to be there. Like, that's what most of this stuff stems from.
There's no pride in the Panther name.
Yeah.
There's no pride in the uniform. There's no pride in the helmet. There's no pride. Like, they have no pride. They don't.
And this is the thing. And see, this is what I referred to last year. Well, I don't know if I referred to it because I don't think that I did a very good job at kind of verbalizing my frustration kind of with Bryce. And really the problem is bigger than him. So I'm only singling him out just for this example, just to add context. I think I did a good job at explaining what my issue with Bryce was as it pertains to leadership one time, and that was when we did the live stream with 2 fans in the stands. I think I did a good job with it one time. But it goes back to what Tavian said. There's no pride. And when you have guys that are supposed to be leaders, i.e. Bryce Young, i.e. Jadeveon Clowney, i.e. Shaq Thompson, and all of them are more passive than assertive, this is what happens. This is what it feels like. This is what it looks like. Like, that's just really simply the case. Like, it really is. Like, and I hate to always go back to Cam. But you never saw that with Cam. And even with Cam, even if Cam wasn't on timing that specific day, TD was on the other side to turn that bitch up. Excuse my vulgarity. I even said it last night when we shot the episode with Dunk, or it may have been off camera. Even if you didn't go TD, you had Chuck on the D-line. He gonna let somebody know something. We just don't have those guys, bro. We don't have those guys, and unfortunately right now with the position that the Carolina Panthers organization is, that is somebody that we need. And unfortunately, there's nobody that we can go to find that result. It's just not. And I saw the report that Bryce Young pulled the team in together, whatever, one time during practice. So I guess that was Bryce Young's doing that we referred to earlier from an energy standpoint. So, that's good to see, I guess you can say. But then my question is just who's listening to him? Who's falling in line? Who's respecting it? Because based off of the effort that I seen from that point when they had the huddle in the middle of practice to after, ain't shit changed.
Yeah, I mean, and they lack a lot of the vocal leaders. Like, you can point to a bunch of the vets that's been there a while, that's been around the league, that's done this. Like, those guys aren't really vocal. Because if you remember back to last year when, I forgot who it was, they were in practice. I think it was on the blueprint. They were in practice. Someone dropped a pick on the defense, and TD was out there. And he was like, "Oh, that's not push-ups anymore."
Oh, I remember that.
He was like, "Oh, that's not push-ups anymore."
It was Shaq.
Yeah, it was Shaq. Shaq got down and did the push-ups. Now, why does that not translate to now? TD's not on the field, but Shaq, he already got on you last year because you played with him, so you know what the standard is.
That's big, bro.
But when guys are doing it now on the defense, nobody's holding them accountable. TMJ dropping passes, David Moore dropping passes. Nobody's getting down doing push-ups. I told JJ, I was like, when did the aspect of when you mess up on the football field, when did the punishment leave? Like, why are we not running anymore?
No, and exactly.
Why are we not doing push-ups for drop passes? Like, that should never leave a football team, no matter what level you're on, the high school level, the middle school level, the collegiate level, like somebody has to be held accountable. And I've never been on a team where if I mess up on something or my teammates mess up on something, that I'm not trying to get that rep back. Because you got TMJ dropping passes.
And what did he do? When he dropped the pass, what did he do
right
after?
He walked back to the huddle.
But it missed 2 plays.
Yeah.
It took him 2 plays from where he dropped the pass to walk behind all the DBs that were standing on the sideline, all the defensive players that were on the sideline, walked behind all of them, walks behind the entire offense. I mean, just misses 2 plays entirely. He's not nowhere near his team with his shoulders dropped.
Yeah, I mean, it's embarrassing. Like, why are we not trying to get those reps back? Like, you already know you're on the bubble. I think he's already mentally checked out. I think he just doesn't want to be a Carolina Panther anymore, transparently, like, I respect it because he's been shafted the past couple of years. Like, he hasn't been getting playing time. As a receiver from LSU, he probably has this kind of mindset that, you know, he feels like he should be in the league. And I think he, like Dunk said, I think he still has league talent, but I just think it's not with the Carolina Panthers anymore. And I think he knows that because he's been brought up in so many trade scenarios or so many, like, free agency moves. Like, so I think he's mentally checked out already. So, but all of these other guys, it's like, bro, when we mess up on reps and it's on us, like, I don't understand why we're not trying to get that rep back. I don't understand why we're not trying to get that work in. Like, you should never feel like your spot is safe.
There's no accountability.
You should never get complacent with the place that you're at currently. That goes for football. That goes for life. Like, that's just in general. You should never get that complacent. And that's what it is with this team.
This team doesn't understand what Panthers football is. They just don't. Respectfully, they don't. Panthers football.
I mean, to be honest, if you look at the last 6, 7, 8 years, what is Panthers football?
So as an objective observer of the Carolina Panthers my whole life, to me, Carolina Panthers football has always been dirty. It's always been nasty. It's always been gritty. It's always been mean. Like they've always been competitive. Like they've always competed no matter what, no matter the situation, no matter who was on the field. Panthers football was always about competing. It was always about competing. It was always about setting the tone. It was about making the game nasty to try to find a way to win in the end. I would grow up hating when Panthers football's games came on TV because the score would be like 12-10 or like it would just be some nasty ass score, but they were competing. They were always there. They were always scratching. They were always clawing. They were always fighting to try to find a way to win. And this team doesn't have that. They don't fight to try to find a way to win. They just roll over.
Yeah, everybody's just out there going with the motions, going through the motions. That's all it is. We're just going to go through another day of practice because we know we have to be here. But at the same time, we're just looking forward to going home and doing it all over again. Just half-ass effort.
It's going to be very telling to see what this team is made of on Thursday. That's all I can really say. That's what Dunk has been saying as well. Like he's trying his best not to overreact. To me, I guess you can say I've overreacted already because, you know, just 3, maybe 4 days ago, I said ceiling 9, floor 6. That was a lie. That was a lie. I'm not going to give any more predictions until we do our official, official predictions because we already did our way too early predictions. But we'll do our official predictions, and I won't give my number until then, but it's not looking good, bro. These last 2 days of practice, like, I feel like we started off solid because even with the practices that we were having from the beginning, I still had us at between 6 and 9 wins. Feel like we started off solid, but these last 2 days, bro, has almost erased any good that I saw at all from the offense, particularly. Defense, different story. Different conversation with the defense. And unfortunately, like this, it sounds jaded because we're more focused right now on the offense because that was the biggest problem with our team last year was the offense, was the ability or lack thereof to move the football. And we're seeing a lot of similarities in this team right now that we saw last year when we left training camp.
But this year it's much more frustrating because of the talent that's on the field.
Right, and because of the money spent on the offensive line. Now, Damian Lewis has been injured. Cool, I get it. He hasn't practiced. Understood. Yeah. Heard that offensive line was getting abused down there too. And then one-on-ones. They take them offense and defensive linemen when they run their one-on-ones. They take them on the opposite side of the field. So I've yet to see a rep heard they were getting abused today. Only one that held their own, based on what I saw from Carolina Blitz, was Taylor Moton.
Big surprise. The only one that held their own last season too.
Yep.
Yeah, and it's crazy because like everybody that's been at training camp or that has some kind of involvement, they would say that the defense has been the best unit. And which I agree based off these last 2 days. But in that same breath, I still don't see this defense being one of those defenses that's going to necessarily be able to keep you in ball games, not against the teams we're playing this year. So that's still not a good thing, and we've yet to see the secondary really be challenged. Like, they haven't been challenged yet.
There's not even enough time to challenge them because the quarterbacks are always getting sacked.
Facts.
Routes don't even have time to develop at this point. Like, when guys are running open, the quarterback can't see him because there's like 3 people in his face.
I counted like 5, maybe 6 sacks today. And sometimes I'm a little biased because I am a defensive guy. I am a D-line guy. So sometimes I'm biased, but I counted like 5 or 6 today. Yeah. And to add even more context to that, yesterday to end practice, to me, practice ended on a sack. Like, it was sexy because, we got the deep ball we've been looking for. Deontay with the toe drag swag, beautiful job tracking the ball, ran a nice route, ball placement was there, whatever. So it was cute. It was sexy. But practice ended on a sack to me yesterday.
Yeah, and I told you, I was like, I will be very happy in the game if Bryce is able to stare down the barrel of that gun and make that throw.
Yeah,
but
and I just don't know if that's the case.
I don't know if that's necessarily going to happen. Like, we seen he has the ability to take hits because he took a lot of them last year.
Tough as nails. I always give him that.
But at a certain point, there's only a few quarterbacks that are willing to stare down that barrel of a gun their whole career or majority of a season and be okay. And the only one that I can really think of right now is Josh Allen because he simply just don't care.
I can think of another one. His name was Andrew Luck, and you see what happened to him.
Stretch.
So, I mean,
and
that
Brett Favre as well.
Yeah.
But, I mean,
more
recent
irregardless, it's not going to necessarily lead to anything good if you have to keep putting him in those situations. He's already smaller than the whole entire league damn near. So it's like that's not going to be a good situation that you have to put him in. So that throwing stuff, it was nice. It was cool. But in the grand scheme of things, like, it's either one or two things that's going to happen. Either he's going to get sacked. Well, that's more than likely. He's going to get sacked. If he doesn't get sacked, he's going to be under the tent. So you pick your poison.
When New York Jets come in here for joint practice, I mean, I just want y'all. What's his name? What's the D tackle's name? Quentin Williams. All I want y'all to do, if you, for your own sanity, go ahead and mute his name right now on Twitter, because I know what time it is when he come in here. Because last year it got like that. BB was just able to reciprocate the energy, so that kind of overtook our brains as Carolina Panthers fans. But I'm telling y'all now, just go ahead and mute his name right now. 14 days before, 12 days before, whatever it is. Go ahead and do that right now. What else? Offensive line looked horrible. Had the drops.
Highlight, I would say, with JT.
JT Sanders, yep. JT Sanders over the last 2 days. Over the last 2 days, I have been begging to see more involvement from him. Had been begging for him to make the most of the opportunities that he was getting based off of the injuries that we have suffered. And the last 2 days, he's looked very, very good. Just for y'all's rookie update, JT Sanders has looked very, very good. He was the only person
to score today.
To score a touchdown today.
Mm-hmm. Closed out the 2-minute offense.
Yep.
Closed out the 2-minute drive with a beautiful went up and got it up in the back corner of the end zone to close out the 2-minute offense today.
Nice play design too.
It was
nice RPO action. Bryce kind of handed the ball out to the to the running back, pulled it, then acted like he was gonna run, lobbed it up to JT, dunk cam, all the smoke. Pose for the cameras. Great play from him. Like we said, that was the only touchdown that the offense scored all day, and that is not an exaggeration. The only touchdown that the offense scored all day was the JT Sanders touchdown in the 2-minute drill, the last 10 minutes of practice. So if you see any other report, understand it's not true and it's misleading. Just telling y'all right now. Just didn't happen. Didn't happen. Even on one-on-ones. I don't remember anybody particularly scoring a touchdown on one-on-ones because they were about, 45, 50 yards out today. They worked a lot further down the field than they had in previous days when they went one-on-one.
Shit, David Moore had a chance.
David Moore had one. Like we said, that about put him in concussion protocol, and he still didn't come up with a damn football.
Yeah. And then the other bright spot, again, Adam Thielen.
Thielen, money,
just
consistent.
absolutely dominated every person that they matched up against him. I don't think I saw one pass that went his way touch the ground today.
There was one that was a PI, though. And those refs were terrible. I don't know.
Yeah. That was in one-on-ones, though.
Yeah, I don't know.
That was the last. That was during 2 minutes when they called the PI. That's how we even got the ball half the distance, and then they ran that RPO.
That was Adam.
That was Adam.
That was Adam.
Okay.
They called a PI there, but I was specifically referring to the one in one-on-ones as well. And I don't know what kind of refs we got out there, but something has to give because in those one-on-ones there was 3 PIs back to back, and they just wasn't called. And then one of the refs in the 2-minute drill, when he called a PI against the guy that was on Adam, he didn't even know the ball was supposed to be placed on the 1-yard line. I'm like, what are we doing? Is this Bush League? What do we got going on, man? So everything is a shit show down from the coaches, the players to the referees. I don't get it, bro. I don't get what's going on in Carolina, man. It's getting out of hand.
Can we drop an applause for that? That was phenomenal.
That was
control.
good. Great control. And really, I wouldn't even have been mad if you got it. I wouldn't even have been mad if you got that one off. I'm not gonna hold you. But yeah, right now, there's 2 days left of camp, left of practice for this particular week. The first 2 have not been good. Hopefully we can turn it around heading into Thursday. We'll have that off day on Wednesday. First preseason game against New England is on Thursday. But right now, this team does not look like it's ready to go to war. This team does not look like it's ready to go to war based on what we've seen over the last 2 days. They just simply don't. Defensively, we might be all right. Defensively, we might be okay. I will tell y'all that. Defensively, I think we'll be okay. You got a huge test coming on the 14th and the 15th, and then the 17th when we play the New York Jets. We know what Aaron Rodgers, we know what time he be on. They got the receiving core out there. They got Breece Hall, so they will be challenged. But right now, it seems like the defense is going to be okay. The defense may be ready to go to war.
It would be a very pleasant surprise to find out that the front seven was really just that good. It would be a very pleasant surprise to find out the front seven for the Carolina Panthers is actually one of the best units in the NFL because that's what they've looked like over the last couple of days in camp. And then you would be able to, have some peace of mind with the offensive line, maybe.
Yeah, that's why I'm so skeptical, and like I said, I think the defense has been the best unit. I'm just so skeptical to put them on that pedestal just because, the offenses look like such BS and, the corners haven't really been able to get any work in. And I just feel like the guys that we have at corner is not those guys that are going to be able to match up against some of these high-caliber receivers. I just don't see it. I would love to – I think the preseason game and the Jets joint practice is going to tell us a lot about our secondary. If they can show off then, if this defense can stay consistent with the way they've been playing over these past couple of days, then I'll be a believer. But right now, I'm not on that hype train yet. I'm not.
Understandably so.
Yeah, and I will say, the only grace that I'll give this offense is it's kind of hard to run your plays properly when the timing is messed up from the snap.
Very true. Very true.
If
Corbett
could stop snapping the ball off his own ass, then maybe some of these play designs we could actually see something work.
And you can see even in the shotgun, it's still not a beautiful snap. If the quarterback has to catch the ball here, catch the ball there, catch the ball down here.
At his knees,
Yeah,
at his shins.
Because any kind of sudden movement like that where he has to do any kind of extra movement, it's still going to throw the timing of everything off. Like, it's kind of alarming that we can only get a good snap if he's under center. Like, that's not good. It's not really a lot of, like, you can run the single back, you can do a couple play actions out of running under center, but there's not really a lot of those big plays or across the middle plays that you're going to be able to run from under center every single time. So something has to give there. I don't know what it is. I mean,
you got to get better.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what it is. People just got to get better. This team has to get better. People have to be held accountable. It's frustrating, man. I mean, it's frustrating, and I don't want us to be the Debbie Downer podcast. So, we're trying our best, but what we're doing is we're just reporting the news to you all. A lot of you guys aren't able to make it to camp. A lot of you guys are on Panthers Twitter. A lot of you guys follow a lot of the journalists and media that are surrounding the Carolina Panthers that typically tend to mislead and make you believe that things are what they aren't. So that's the only thing that we're doing is reporting to you guys. And we're trying to give you all a heads up that things probably aren't going to be good again this year.
Hey, that just goes to let y'all know, support y'all independent journalists, the independent podcasts. Like, these big-time media companies, like, I mean, they're going to do what it is to get the clicks and to make things look good. But, I mean, it's just not that. It's not what it's all made out to seem. Like, the Panthers posted today that JT Sanders or JT, his touchdown pass, like, that was cute. But that was the only bright spot out of the whole day. So it's like,
yeah. Also, be alarmed. Be alarmed with the whole XAVIER LEGETTE situation. Be alarmed. I'm telling you right now. I know a lot of people don't like overreacting, and typically in my life, I've been called emotional. So you take it with a grain of salt if you want to, but be alarmed because he's had one good day. He's had one good day out of 8, and now he's dealing with a lower leg injury,
and
whatever that is.
If y'all go back to like a week or two ago, a couple weeks ago, he was already dealing with when the blueprint came out, he was already dealing with
he had a hamstring.
a hamstring injury.
Yeah.
So,
and he was allegedly fully ready to go off of that hamstring. They said it was 100% precautionary. There was nothing to worry about. I'm telling you guys right now, with XAVIER LEGETTE, with the Carolina Panthers going up in the first round to get him, be alarmed. Now, I'm not saying he's not going to pan out. I've seen the improvement that Jonathan Mingo has made from year 1 to year 2. I understand that, but I'm just telling you guys, be on high alert. Because right now, that pick doesn't look like it was the best pick. The Jonathan Brooks pick, we had an in-depth conversation with Dunk. I don't know when we'll release that, probably Tuesday or maybe even Wednesday since it's an off day. So you guys will be able to see that. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn the bell notification on so you guys get notified when we release that video. But the Jonathan Brooks pick is looking kind of questionable and suspect right now based on the secondary and the way they look. It's looking suspect right now based on the way Austin Corbett has looked at center. There are a lot of question marks right now. And when you're practicing against yourself, it's hard to gauge what looks good and what really is good and what looks bad and what really is bad. There are a lot of question marks right now, but right now there's more bad than good, in my opinion.
Far more bad than good.
Far more. And I'm still waiting on Bryce to wow me as well. I'm not going to spend – because I gave him a whole 10-minute rant yesterday, so I'm going to chill, and I'm not going to go off the deep end like I have in the past, but I'm still waiting on it. I'm the furthest thing from a Bryce truther, but I've mentioned on this podcast multiple times, I want Bryce Young to be successful. I need Bryce Young to be successful because that results in Carolina Panthers wins. I'm still waiting on that too, by the way. I know it goes hand in hand with the offensive line, and that's cool. Has he made some outstanding throws this offseason, this training camp rather? Yes, he absolutely has. But he still hasn't had a day where It's just everything is on throughout the whole day. I said that and moved the chains the last week. I said that the problem right now is the fact that this offense is so streaky, and that was number one. And then number two, it takes the offense so long to get going. Today, it took the offense the whole practice, literally. First team offense, it took them the whole practice to get in the end zone, to even make 3 or 4 consistent plays back to back to back to back that was net positive. Other than that, up and down, up and down, up and down, and really more down than up. Because that run game that we trying to implement, and matter of fact, I'm not going to keep piling on with the negativity. I'll let y'all see for yourself. Make sure to tune in on Thursday night when we go against the New England Patriots. That's damn near all I can tell y'all. Because I know that, people are going to slander us. Y'all see us as a negative podcast, and that's just simply not the case. It's just simply not the case. If negative equals truth, then I'm all for it. I'll take that. I'll wear that. I'll wear that on our jacket. If negative equals the truth, then I'll wear it. Because that's the only thing we doing is telling the truth. That's the only thing that we're doing.
Yeah, our job is to inform y'all of what's going on within the Panthers organization, not to promote the Panthers brand.
1,000%.
And that's the difference.
1,000%.
I mean, and you guys have access to some of the same resources we do. Just go do your research. Like I said yesterday, if you don't believe us, show up. Isn't it free?
Yep.
Show up.
And you can get tickets. They're on the website, they're all sold out, but just DM somebody. Hell, if you want the VIP experience, you can DM the page right now. I got 3 extra tickets damn near for every day remaining of training camp. You can have the VIP experience. Bring your memorabilia, all of that, and you'll see. Because the best part of practice for you will be the first 30 to 45 minutes that you're there before practice starts.
You'll get you a signature.
You definitely will. You definitely will. Definitely added to my autograph collection over the past 7-8 days. But other than that, hasn't been good. Hasn't been good. I don't really have anything else to say. Do y'all have anything else to add?
Nope. Keep pounding.
Shout out Miles Sanders, though. You came
Hey,
in,
shout out Miles
you came
Sanders,
in looking
yo.
a little different this
I
year.
do have
and
something to say.
I rock with that.
Yeah, for sure. I do have something to say. Shout out Miles Sanders, because we was on your body. We was on your body. The media was on your body. The fan base as a whole was on your body. Your energy is different, big bro. I ain't going to hold you. I see it. And I'm glad that you said that, because that was something that I wanted to acknowledge, because he had his press conference after practice too. Haven't gotten a chance to watch it yet. But shout out Miles for shit show, because he on different timing. He is. Now, do I believe that he'll take that running back 1 job back? I don't know. But what I do know is, if we talking about leadership from an energy standpoint, somebody need to go get some juice from Miles.
Yeah.
Because Booby got that shit turned up. And I told y'all on Move the Chains, from the beginning of pads, he wanted all smoke with everybody on that defense. And he done maintain that energy. I'm telling you. Because he started it off by putting Jamie in the dirt. That's how he started it.
I ain't even going to spit. I'm not even about to mention him. Cool.
Unfortunately, Jamie Robinson, you will no longer be a Carolina Panther after this season. With all due respect. I promise to God, I don't want no smoke with no family members, no friends, with you personally, none of that. Jamie Robinson does not have what it takes to be an NFL caliber safety. He doesn't. He doesn't. What is the cut date? I don't even know what the cut date is, but just know his name might be at the top of the list. I ain't seen Jamie Robinson make 1 play this whole training camp. Not one.
Not even in
Sign
the drill.
Nick Scott off the street. Sign him off the street, and he done turned it up.
He was the one that was when they did the blocks,
yeah,
sled, and he almost got knocked on his ass by the sled.
Yeah, that was Jamie Robinson.
Jamie, right?
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
As soon as I seen it.
We said cut at the same time. Cut him.
Yeah, it's a wrap. Thank you for your services, bro. And honestly, whatever you do in the future with your life, I wish you the best of luck. One of the biggest, honestly, for me, probably the worst takes that I've ever had in my life. I'm not even going to repeat it. If y'all want, go all the way back to April of last year during draft time, and it's in there somewhere. But just know, I mean, if the validity of this podcast was based off of that one moment, we'd be dicked.
You would.
Yeah. Yeah, you would. But, hey, Jamie, I heard there's an enterprise down the street hiring, so salute.
I think I closed to this song before.
Yeah, I think you have.
Check this out.
Let's try another one. Again, subscribe, like, comment, etc. Move the Chains will be back tomorrow. Move the Chains is shorter form. We go through the 3 main takeaways of the day. Injury report. What else? We do good, bad, and ugly. What I saw particularly on that specific day of practice. So that will be back tomorrow. It's a new series, like I said, started at the beginning of training camp. So tune in, like, comment, subscribe, bell notification on. For Panthers fans only, as far as that's concerned, haven't gotten with the guys to talk about that and what the schedule will look like for Panthers fans only for the next 2 weeks. However, I do know once it's over, we will be back to our regular schedule every Wednesday morning at 9 a.m. The premiere, you'll be able to tune in. I pop in there, chat it up with y'all, talk it up. Y'all be giving me hell sometimes. It is what it is. I can handle it. I'm a big boy. And yeah, other than that, like I said, make sure to follow the Instagram and follow the Twitter. If you're not following the Twitter, you're missing out on every detail of camp. I'm telling you, we're either reporting it via text or you're able to see it with your own eyes. And I don't know if that's, implicating myself. Is that the correct word? Yeah, he not paying attention. It's okay.
I was tuned out.
Huh?
I was tuned out.
Okay, cool. So y'all, that's what y'all be doing when I do the outro. Y'all just be on your own shit in your own live.
Nah, I was looking at highlights from the camp today. I had a video I was watching.
What highlights?
Well, yeah, you're right. I was looking at footage.
Yeah, there you
from
go.
the camp.
That's better. But yeah.
Yeah, but we don't record our own videos.
That's a lie.
On the Twitter.
That's a lie. I record them. It's me. It's me.
I tried to give you an alibi. I tried to save
It's
you.
me. I'm not going to hold you. It's me. Because I need the people to know. And the Panthers, and they fuck with me. Oh, we did so good. We got through an hour. That's my apology, man. Damn.
Can't win them all.
We battled too. And you did such a good job too. That's my fault. My bad, team. See, but this is the thing. This is the difference. Accountability. That's the main word for the Carolina Panthers this year. Accountability. And if we win 1 or 2 games this year, don't be surprised. And that being said, if you're an opposing fan team or opposing team's fan,
don't get to chatting.
And you come to the bank, don't get to chatting. Cause I'm liable, if you around me, I'm liable to smack the taste out your mouth. That's just how I give it up.
Dallas, what up? Dallas, what up?
Cool. They know. They know.
Yeah, they know we take that shit up. Bye.
Appreciate y'all. Peace.
I got for loyalty, shit ain't never answer. I'm a boss, I'ma make my own family. You with my ex while I'm with different color candy. So familiar. I got Jenny, I got Tammy, I got Sandy. You try to sneak and leave them, then I leave you stranded. Be honest to me.
They take my kindness for weakness, still coming out strong. Still coming out strong. Still coming out strong. Take my kindness for weakness, still coming out strong. Still coming out strong. Still coming out strong.